Alright, no like classic Nini celebration to start this match review off, but my friends, I leave the game feeling very excited, very optimistic. This was a very promising performance, and we left this game mostly dominating Liverpool throughout. They rarely had opportunities, and most times when opportunities fell on Liverpool's lap, that came from little like mistakes. And it's natural because a lot of these guys are playing together for the first time. Little like aspects haven't been fine-tuned perfectly, but how we reacted, how we came back, and how we finished the game most importantly, that is all I'm caring about right now. And in today's 5 Things We Learned video, I'm doing a bit of like a reformat this season, my friends. I'm not going to talk too much tactics. I'm going to keep that for a separate video out tomorrow instead to really dissect what we learned in the game today. So I hope you guys are definitely excited by what you saw. I hope you guys are excited for the new season. Pochettino kickstarts his reign as our manager by picking up 1 point, and for me this was a very rewarding and very promising points against Liverpool. So my friends, hit that like button, and without wasting any more time, I think the first person we have to discuss is our new manager Mauricio Pochettino, because he kind of surprised all of us with the lineup, right? I think in hindsight his choice and selection was by far the best one to use in a game like this, considering the fact that we aren't fully perfect right now. We are still expecting new signings to become additions to our squads, and it's all about respecting Liverpool's threat. And Liverpool showed that threat in the first half in particular, where they had like 3 or 4 really dangerous counter-attacking moments, especially that first goal coming from disorganization from our press. Obviously, Reece James not tracking the run of Diaz, the defensive line all over the gaff. You know, McAllister not being closed down. I felt like Levi Cole at times was not getting aggressive enough with Mohamed Salah. But outside of those little like mistakes in our game, I think the choice to use a back 3 setup was perfect. Now, people might discuss Conor Gallagher, and I know that Gallagher is said to be the Marmite player of this game. I think to some people they'll feel like he did okay, to others they'll be like he is the weak link, we have to sell him, he has to go. But I'll discuss Gallagher later on. Right now, Pochettino decided to use this 3+1 build-up structure because he knows that Liverpool won't press us aggressively. If Liverpool press us aggressively, they will leave themselves open to getting played through. And I think throughout large moments of this game, we constantly played through Liverpool's midfield time and time again. So by having that back 3 spread really wide here, essentially we were encouraging Liverpool to press us, to open up those gaps in behind to play through them. But I have to say that the way that Pochettino used his back 3 was completely different to how we've seen Conte and Tuchel and many others use a back 3. I think this is the most offensive attacking back 3 that I've seen under any manager at our football club. And I was looking at moments where like Ben wasn't even coming back to track back with Levi Cole. It was like Ben Chilwell was more of like a winger in this game today compared to being like a classic wingback, because a lot of times Levi Cole was spreading wide on the left hand side, acting as that left back going 1v1 against Salah. And under previous managers, there's no way in hell they'd allow any guys to go 1v1 against Salah. It's not going to happen. So I think that Pochettino is here to tell us, listen, the things we worked upon during pre-season, we're going to be an aggressive, intense pack. We're going to be a team that plays on the front foot, that looks to attack, that looks to play. We saw the positional fluidity throughout, right? We're seeing the interchange. We're seeing how like we easily change formations very fluidly. And that was something that Graham Potter really struggled to do. But Pochettino has instantly got this team familiar and confident and comfortable playing in this type of way. And I really can't stress how different the football was. Like, our back 3 kind of turned into like a 4-3-3 in attack. Like Ben Chilwell was more like a winger than a wingback than I've ever seen in my life before. And I think it actually works in the game with like more prep. Who knows if we come back again to this game, I feel like results will be different for next time. The system allowed us to dominate Liverpool in possession, and a lot of us felt like we might go into this game kind of defending a bit more, kind of keeping our mid-block. I was saying this throughout my previews, so I was very pleasantly surprised, and even when we conceded first, I still felt confident that we could come back based on everything I was seeing, and boy did we do that. So I have to say that Pochettino starts his reign off by putting his foot down and really showing his imprint on the team. Like, this is the type of team we're set to be. We're going to be attacking, aggressive, fluid, interchangeable. And my friends, For me, this personally is a breath of fresh air, and I can't wait to see how his team further develops once players come in and once players get more familiar and suited playing in the system. Now, obviously, one player I have to discuss is today's man of the match in Enzo Fernandez. Now, I know what some of you guys was thinking, yeah? Why was Enzo not even playing in the base to help us play out from the back? Because there was some times when Gallagher was a bit iffy. We all saw that. But I think as the game ended, you know, Enzo was at the heart of everything good in those final 70 minutes where he was the most dominant player in the midfield. And it's a constant reminder why this is why Enzo had to be unlocked. This is why we have to overpay for Moises Caicedo, because when Enzo can play that Bruno role where he has the license and freedom to get further involved in the attack, this guy makes special things happen. Now, in my opinion, he's very unlucky not to get an assist in the game today because, again, Ben Chilwell was offside when we thought he made it 2-1 before halftime ended. Of course, he played another great pass to Ben again where he opened his body up, played a first-time left foot pass, and I thought Ben's first touch was poor when it shouldn't have been in that moment. But he was at the heart of everything positive we did in attack. And as the game kept going on, this guy's close control and footwork was coming out. No Liverpool midfield player could get close to him or tight to him. The guy's passing across distances, finding the wing backs either sides. Enzo is set to be an absolute phenomenon, and for me, what a performance and what a way to announce himself for the start of this new season. Now, for the next thing we learned, we discussed Conor Gallagher. Now, to start with things, I think it's safe to say that he probably won't be here before the window closes. We know that Caicedo and Lavia are the main two players, but I think Gallagher can leave with his head held high to a degree, right? Because, you know, I think it'd be very cynical to only see the negatives in what he did, because this guy also brought positives in the game. And actually, in the second half, he was way better than the first half, and that was because of a tactical tweak where we became more of like a 3-2 structure when it came to building up, with Enzo Fernandez playing alongside Gallagher a lot more. And actually, in fact, both players' levels rose more in the second half by playing in a pivot together. But of course, there were times where Gallagher kind of struggled in terms of playing the ball forwards, and there's a lot of pressure when you're playing a 3+1 build-up, right? Because Liverpool are only going to press you. So you have like 2 or 3 guys hunting you down. And that is going to be overwhelming for a player who isn't necessarily like the pivot style player, right? He's not like a Jorginho in that area where he'd be more comfortable playing with that type of pressure around him. But what I like about Conor is how he reacts. His head never goes down. If he makes a mistake, his head is still up. If he makes a mistake, he'll never define himself on that. And for every like 1 or 2 mistakes he made, the guy made some great plays in this game. You know, a really sexy pass to Ben in the first half. In the second half too, when he became a lot more dominant, like his pressures in the final thirds, his recoveries. Let's not forget that last-ditch sliding tackle against Mohamed Salah. Now, I don't want to see my midfield player 1v1 against him, but Gallagher had to save the team in that moment. He did. And he has to get respect for that. We can't only see the negatives. I feel like football fans in general can be too fickle at times. There was some bads, but mostly there were goods from Conor Gallagher today. And he ended the game a lot stronger than how he started it. And listen, he'll probably get sold because, as you guys can see, having like a Caicedo in the area and a Romeo Lavia, guys who are more like proficient being that type of guy in the team, you can see how not only are we going to improve as a team, but why maybe Gallagher might be surplus requirements. But I can see why Pochettino wants to work with him, wants to use him, and I thought Gallagher overall gave a very fair account of himself. Now, next on this list, we discussed Raheem Sterling. Now, I know when you guys saw the lineup, I know all you guys started groaning and just punching the air in frustration at why is Raheem Sterling starting up front with Nico? Why am I not seeing Mudryk or Madueke or anyone else like that? But again, Raheem Sterling played one of the important tactical roles of the game today. And as I'm stressing, Liverpool, they can't really press high because they'll get done out from behind. And there was so many moments where we was just like getting them on the counter-attack. But they had to try and shut those opportunities down as much as possible. But the smart thing about Raheem Sterling today, and someone in my stream made the comparison between him and Willian. This was a very Willian performance from Raheem Sterling because whenever he reverted deeper into the right channel or between the lines, he was constantly encouraging Reece James then to make the overlap on the right-hand side. He was encouraging movement in behind. And Liverpool couldn't really get close to him as much. Now, every now and then, naturally, not every pass forward came off. Not every ball in behind came off. But you have to stop being so cynical and only expect this 100% efficiency from players. It don't work like that. And I feel like fans who see the game like that, you only set yourself up for failure. Sterling played a big key part in our team today. And he was one of the main reasons why we could constantly play one or two passes dissecting Liverpool's midfield, and that's because Sterling was forever receiving passes in behind Liverpool's midfield lines, and that created so much threat and moments for us, especially the equaliser that came from another moment like that. So I think overall, Sterling played a very important part tactically, and obviously I can't end this review without discussing the debuts we saw today from Disasi, Nicholas Jackson, plus a few of these guys on the field today. Starting with Disasi, to score a goal on your debut against Liverpool, I mean, that's what you want to see. I felt like this guy looked very good. There was only one moment he got done out by Diaz. And actually, Diaz's threat throughout the game was very, wavering, right? But Disasi, one thing I really loved about his game was, look how hard and fast he passes and plays the ball. This guy wastes no time. And for Pochettino, if he's going to spread his defenders wide, he wants these men to be assertive on the ball. He wants these guys to find the wing backs really fast, really quickly, and they have to be playing these passes with perfect weight and speed. And Disasi was doing that time and time again. He played one of the passes of the game, actually, finding Ben Chilwell with this beautiful 70-yard switch ball. Arrow accuracy. It was beautiful to see. We saw his goal threat from set pieces too. He was a real menace. And I like how he evaded Van Dijk, of course, to score the equaliser. And he was just so composed at playing out from the back. And, he was communicating when he could. A very promising debut. And I'm looking forward to seeing more Disasi. And obviously, Nico Jackson today. This, for me, was, I know this guy is ready for the Premier League. Now, he didn't score a goal and he should have scored. When Reece James played that cut-back pass across goal to find him, Nico should have buried that chance. And Nico himself knows that. And it's nice to know that the striker will be pissed off with himself that I should have scored, so we are at least 2-1 up in the game before half-time ends. But wow, was this guy devastating on the counter-attack. Some of the pace, I knew that he was fast, but in this game in particular, I was constantly looking at his runs off the ball wow. He's able to get from this position to that position in the space of no time. He was so intelligent, drifting wide to the left and right hand side, bringing his teammates into the game. It was a very intelligent performance, and I bring these comparisons with him and Isak in the sense that even though these guys are physical and are strong, they don't ever rely upon that. They constantly rely upon their technique and their intelligence and their mentality. And to have a guy that is this proficient and leading the line for Pochettino, he will just get better and better as the season goes on, especially when we start to release this guy on the counter-attack. As the game was ending, I think we all kind of thought, okay, that moment between him and Mudryk, surely we've won the game right now. Nico Jackson, that was the second or third run in the game where he literally took on the entirety of Liverpool's defense and was just single-handedly making things happen at times. I mean, this guy was, for me, the best player in pre-season. And the fact that he's starting the season like this against Konate and Van Dijk, these are accomplished defenders. They are not easy to play against. And to look this good against them, it's stupidly promising, my friends. So today, these are the 5 things that I learned in Pochettino's, first game at Stamford Bridge. He's got 1 point, but for me, my friends, I feel like we're set to see a lot more points come throughout the season because the football we're playing, the relationships we're starting to see, the dynamism, the speed, the verticality in our passing passages and plays and the combo plays. It's exciting stuff. So my friends, hit that like button. Are you guys excited? Did you like the game? I am Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.